am not your stereotype. These were the words that I wanted to scream out loud when, on my first day of school, a girl asked me if we lived on trees, if I had a pet goat, and if I spoke English. Mind you, I answered her in English when I said, I'm from West Africa, Ghana. These are some of the preconceived notions that people from the Western world have of my Africa, my continent, a place they have no prior relations to whatsoever, other than the things that they see on TV and in the media. I quite remember another incident when my foster mom and guardian at that time sat me down and said, Aisha, I have to tell you something. In her own words, she said, they expect you to become a teenage mother, a drug addict, and a high school dropout. Again, I wanted to scream, I am not your stereotype. But it was in that instance that I realized that the system that was designed to protect me is actually the same system that wants me to fail. Those were the moments that actually set the foundation for Power to Girls Foundation. Today, I'm here to talk to you about the African woman's dream, or better yet, my dream for Africa. I have the privilege of working with some amazing young girls, both in Canada and here in Ghana. And it always baffles me when I ask them the question, what have you been told you cannot do because you're a woman? Their answers range from, they say I cannot be a president, I cannot be a lawyer, I cannot be a doctor, I cannot be an engineer, and the list goes on. So in turn, I asked them, what have you been told you can do because you're a woman? And their answers are always one and the same. They said, my role is in the kitchen. Nothing less, nothing more. You see, from the time that I've been working with these girls, it always interests me when we talk about career paths and we talk about the things that they want to do for themselves. They have so many dreams and so many aspirations. But for some weird reason, they feel like who they are is not enough. My role here today is to encourage you and to actually challenge you to help us raise our daughters to think beyond the status quo, to think beyond what they've been told that they can and cannot do, to tell them that just because an industry is dominated by men doesn't mean that they're the only ones allowed in there. Let's tell them that who they are is enough. In society today where social media is the crave of the generation, where a girl cannot actually post a picture of herself without a filter, that her self-worth is measured by the number of likes that she has on a photograph, that a mere, oh my God, you look so beautiful today, takes a little bit more encouraging. I also want to ask the people that have been able to break through glass ceilings, the ones that have been able to reach higher heights, to come back to us. Come back to the little ones and let them know that you were able to do it too. And it's interesting that every time you ask a woman that has been able to break the status quo, she always has that story of when someone told her that she could not do it. When someone told her that who she is actually not enough. So come back, because our girls need to hear these stories. Our girls need to see you and hear you. They need to be reminded that who they are is actually quite enough, if not more. They also need to understand that regardless of where life takes them, their dreams are valid, and that their dreams should not be stifled because they're a girl. So you're probably wondering, whatever happened to Aisha after all of these stereotypes? Well, I decided to start an organization called Power to Girls Foundation that helps to encourage and inspire young girls to dream beyond what they've been told they cannot do, to actually own their stories, share their stories, and also impact the next generation of future leaders. Because believe it or not, the success of Africa is dependent on the women and girls of this land. If you invest in a young girl, you invest in an entire generation of change. If you educate a young girl, she actually goes away, comes back to ensure that her community is well taken care of. Encourage your young girls and tell them that education is not just for their brothers, that education is for them too. And when you do send them to school, don't just send them because you want to go to school, so hey, I'm pushing you into the system. No. Teach them everything that they need to learn from you. And remind them that you can run the household and also run the boardroom too if you choose. So you're probably wondering, what is my dream for Africa? My dream for Africa is a place where a girl's education is as important as her brother's. A place where when a young woman says no, it actually means no. A place where the length of her dress does not initiate consent. A place where I'm not sold into child marriage just because I'm a girl. A place where I can stand for presidency, and it's going to be my competence and my skills and not my gender that's going to be the deciding factor. A place where my skills are recognized before anything else. A place where my leadership abilities are not thrown away as overactive hormones or emotions. A place where I can be free. A place where I can be me. A place where I am enough. So as I conclude my speech today, I ask you to turn to the person sitting next to you and say to them, I can do better. I don't think they heard you. I can do better. And if you happen to be sitting next to a woman, turn to her and say, I can do better for you. So to the young girls and women in the crowd today, I say to you, your dreams are valid, your dreams are enough. Do not walk with your head bowed down, that lifting your head up may reveal your wildest dreams. Who you are is enough, and you should be proud of that. Thank you.